Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever fucking time it is, wherever fucking bumfuck place you're from. I'm your host, the Little Hooligan, and today we're doing some more woke TikTok reactions. Yeah, it's just fucking really easy to do, so like, I can do these all day, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, I'm only going to be doing like one a day, maybe one every couple of days, because like, it's going to get boring after a while. But yeah, without further ado, let's go over to TikTok. And yeah, these are some of the ones we watched the other day, but let's try this one. Chris Rock. Oh yeah, I haven't actually got the headphones plugged in. Right, yeah.
I have no problem with the wokeness. I'm all for marginalized people getting their rights. The thing I have a problem with is the selective outrage. One person does something, they get canceled. Somebody else does the exact same thing, nothing. Like the kind of people that play Michael Jackson songs but won't play R. Kelly. Same crime. One of them just got better songs. Play Starting Something, it's a party. I play Bump and Grind, now you an activist. I bumped into my good friend Fred. Here's Fred got a new job at AT&T. Like, hey Fred, how's the job? Like, ooh, I love the job. It's a safe space. I feel seen. I feel heard. There's a lot of diversity. And I'm looking at him like, nigga, it's me. What, you think I'm wearing a wire or some shit? What the fuck you talking about safe space? Nigga, you did 8 years for manslaughter. Nobody's safe around you. I have no problem. I'm all for
Chris Rock.
First day, I had 25 students. By day 2, I had 19. Because 6 parents switched out of the class because they saw me.
4 days until Pride Month and our amazing Pride event with the Mill Valley District.
And they were like, there's no freaking way. Before I even got a word in.
I myself, as a non-binary individual, do not identify.
I would not let my kid be taught by you. I don't have any kids, but like, I don't think it's fucking like, I don't mean to be harsh, but like, what kind of principles could this person fucking teach my kids?
Identify as transgender.
Do I think that it is okay for a parent to see me and go, not around my kid? No, I don't think that's okay.
Not only am I wearing makeup, but I got a t-shirt from downstairs. It's a crop top. You can't dress code me because I'm the teacher.
I feel like that's really crossing the line because you are, for lack of better words, discriminating against me openly. That's like seeing a black teacher and being like, there's no way. It is the same. It is the same.
You're perfect.
No, it's not the same. Race and transgenderism is not the fucking same. Nobody in this world should be racist. I totally agree. But fucking hell, if you're wearing eyeshadow like that, crop tops, and fucking you're biologically male, this is just fucking bullshit. I'm an uncle, right? And if I found out that my fucking nephew was being taught by someone like this, I would seriously have words with my sister about it.
Perfect, honey. Hope this helps.
It's still the right of the parent to make that decision as to whether or not they want their child to learn from you.
Okay.
Like, it's still that parent's right. Like, you can disagree with their motivations, their motives, their ideas,
Would you say
but
that
it's still their child.
Very
Fair play.
I've told you many times that I would rather be dead than surrender to these people, and I meant it. So to all the people who are sending me death threats,
I am so tired.
We've seen that video. We've seen that one in my last video. So yeah, let's just see what this is going on about. This one is like based in Oxford University. I live in Oxfordshire, a place called Wantage, and Oxford is our city. You know what I mean? I've been there. I used to work there, bring out drinking there, but it's an incredibly woke place.
Tired of talking about woke culture. No, free speech is not some right-wing reframing of whatever. It's the foundation of Western civilization.
Fair play, mate.
This civilization is built. I don't have to make the point that has been made by far better people that the only way to deal with the problem of racism is to treat people on the content of their character.
Word.
And nothing else. And the fact that woke culture seeks to overturn that is a new form of racism that we must all oppose. I am not going to talk to those of you who already agree with me, which I imagine is most of you. I want to talk to those of you who are woke and who are open to rational argument. A small minority, I accept. Because one of the tenets of wokeness is, of course, that your feelings matter more than the truth. But I believe in you. I believe there are those of you here who are woke, who are open to rational arguments, so let me make one. I am so tired of...
Fair play to him. That guy made some fucking fair arguments, you know what I mean? Right, Michael Knowles shreds woke college students. This is all anti-woke stuff. Yeah, sorry about that, but I'll just keep reacting to it anyway.
Victim groups like these people. I know you're so oppressed, my dears. I know life is so hard for you. You have to live in the richest, most equitable, most just country in the history of the world. You have to get a college education. You have to voluntarily go to lectures. It's so awful. I can't imagine that, you know, the people who are in war-torn nations, they must truly pity you. Goodbye then.
I see all them fucking transsexuals getting up and walking out. Fucking hell.
Can I ask you what you identify as?
Identify?
Ethnicity?
I identify as an American.
Not an African American?
I didn't get elected into my position because of the color of my skin or do any race baiting stuff that it seems like you're promoting here.
Can I ask you what you identify?
Can I just say, that gets on my...
You
come in the country illegally.
Only gay.
We've seen that one. If
If
gangsters
were woke.
Yeah, I'll call you back. There's a guy in front of me. He looks dodgy.
What the fuck you say about me?
Sorry, bro. I didn't mean to call you dodgy.
No, not that. The other shit.
What?
You call me he. My pronouns, they damn you, dog.
Oh, sorry, man.
You did again. I'm not a man. Sometimes I'm masculine. Sometimes I'm feminine. I'm non-binary, you fucking grok.
I'm sorry, bro. Cis.
I'm not a cis either.
Look, I gotta go. So.
You single?
Yeah, I'm single.
Want a root?
No, I'm not gay.
Not gay either. I'm pansexual. I don't say gender. I say people.
What are you talking about?
I've got a girlfriend if you're into chicks.
What?
Yeah, cuz I've got a girlfriend, but we're ethically non-monogamous.
What is that? What does that mean?
Means I don't control her sexuality, you gronk. You patriarchal dog.
That's messed up.
Say that again. I'm in a gang, cuz.
You're not in a gang.
Oh, you don't think I'm in a gang? You want to see my colours?
Okay, show me your colours.
You want to see my colours?
Yeah, show me.
Yeah, LGBT till I die. I die for my cousins. LGBT plus till I die. And we fucking run Sydney, cuz. We fucking run this city.
You know, you actually have a point. You guys do run the city.
Free Johnny. Free Sully. Free Mahmoud.
Oh shit.
Are they in prison?
Yeah, cuz they're in the prison of their biological sex. They're trans.
Let they get out.
If gangs...
Didn't realise a ref was a woman.
So I just went to the library because I refuse to give any money to Jordan Peterson. And I got this, his 12 Rules for Life book, and I'm going to read it so I can critique it and expose him for his bigotry and misogyny.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Well, I cleaned my room and made my bed. And for some strange reason, I'm craving lobster. So I just went to the library. Because
this will be the average male in 2012. This will be the average.
Okay, is it okay if I touch?
Excuse me. Could I maybe get that headset, please?
Do not raise your voice to me, sir.
I wasn't raising my voice.
Okay, just calm down.
I am calm. I just want my headset.
Sir, our country is going through a very difficult time right now, and if you're not going to cooperate...
I don't know where a headset ties into patriotism.
Is there a problem here, sir?
I don't think so.
Can you come to the back of the plane with me so we can have a talk?
A talk about what? There's not a problem. The steward is just keeps...
Flight attendant.
The flight attendant keeps ignoring me when I ask...
Calm down.
I am calm. What is it with you people?
You people.
Oh, now wait a minute. I don't mean you people, I mean you people.
Sir, I will not tolerate any racist behavior on the plane. This is a very difficult time for our country.
I know that. I'm not a racist. I just want to watch the movie.
I'm only going to say this one more time, sir. Calm down.
I'm calm! Excuse me.
Hey, May. How's it going? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just doing some political research and staying woke.
What? Political research? The other part. Staying woke? Oh. What does that mean to you?
I mean, like being in the know. Like knowing what's going on. Being awake.
New York Times, 1962. Okay. The first recorded use of woke in its politically conscious incarnation.
Go on.
Magazine glossary in the New York Times titled Phrases and Words You Might Hear Today in Harlem.
An article on African American street slang.
Yes. By
Black novelist William Melvin Kelly.
Cut to 1972, Barry Beckham had a play called Garvey Lives.
Right, yes, it included a character saying that he'll stay woke.
Good, good. Bring up the quote on your little machine there.
Okay, so it says, using the work of Jamaican activist leader Marcus Garvey, I've been sleeping all my life, and now that Mr. Garvey done woke me up, I'm gonna stay woke, and I'm gonna help him wake up other black folk.
Good job, May.
Thanks, I just read it.
Now, for years, woke was widely used as slang by African American communities.
Yeah, no, of course.
And then in 2008, Erykah Badu brought it into the mainstream consciousness with her song,
I Stay Woke. And then the hashtag Stay Woke was first used on Twitter in 2009.
That's right, May. Now, however, in the years since, the word has kind of taken on a life of its own.
Yeah, like with the rise of Black Lives Matter and a growing sense of racial injustice, the word woke has become a proclamation of awareness.
That's right, May. However, over time, the usage of the word has shifted.
Shifted?
Yeah. BuzzFeed quizzes like, how woke are you? Or, white men christened woke bays.
Ew.
The word became trendy, and mostly white media organizations began to use the word as a catch-all term, referring to fellow white people.
Yeah. And with the world's widespread usage, it's rendered the word fairly meaningless.
Middle-class white people around the world tweeting, I am woke, because they occasionally send out a tweet calling for peace and love.
Not making any real concrete effort to change the racial status quo, just...
And now the word has become a joke within the conservative community as a way to insult progressive values.
Wow, I know.
By diluting the word so much, we've ruined it.
Well done.
Yeah. A word that was specific to identifying injustices within the black community has become a catch-all term for progressive politics.
And thus...
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Hey, May?
I feel good.
Look at her eyes,
that he's guilty?
No.
So you don't think he did it?
I don't think he did it.
And you said in all the time that you've known him that you never saw any erratic behavior, you have no evidence of any erratic behavior, you have nothing that would indicate that he would be capable of doing something like this, would have any motivation to do something like this.
Exactly.
You do know,
Look at her eyes.
You to listen to me. Do you identify as black? South African celebrities' last words before their death, Part 1. South Africans.
Blindo is gone. I repeat, Blindo is gone. There's no way possible that this can be Blindo the vocalist. If you pay attention, you can see that this is not the same person. Check this picture. What? If you pay attention, you can see that this is not the same person. I know Blindo the vocalist when I see him. This is not him. Do you think Blindo went from this to that? It does not make sense.
Very soft spoken. I can't understand what he's saying because he's like whispering down my ears. Yeah, it's just whispering.
South African celebrities' last words before their death, Part 2.
I believe I can fly.
African celebrities.
George, that very few scholars even want to talk about because they don't know what to say about it. It's a brief text. It's only about 2,000 lines.
All right.
And it is written as if an observer were present the day that the Creator created humankind, step by step. However, it's written in a language that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Is it like Genesis or totally different?
It's very different from Genesis. I think Genesis probably partially derived from this text, the Sefer Yetzirah, which is the book of creation. It literally translates to the book of creation. So it was as if someone were watching the Creator actually create the first person.
Doing what he did.
Doing what he did. But it is not written scientifically. The bottom line to what the text is saying is that through language, humankind was created. And that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Explain that.
If you take it literally. But as I began to follow the instructions as the author created them in this text, and this, George, this is the power of transcending the boundaries between science and spirituality. Because if a scientist only looked at the elements of life, you'd never make this discovery. If you only look at the spiritual text, you would never make this discovery. But it's by blending the two together and allowing them to tell the story. So we today, in modern science, we talk about life as the result of elements, and we describe elements through word and through number. So we have the periodic table, for example. Hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon makes up the DNA of our bodies. Those are the words. And for every one of those words, there are a lot of numbers that may be applied. There are 17 different numeric parameters that go with each of those. So put that aside. When you go back into the ancient text and the Sefer Yetzirah specifically, they did exactly the same thing. They talked about the power of the letters of very specific alphabets. Now, it doesn't make a lot of sense to modern scholars until we begin to understand that every ancient alphabet, bar none, that I have found so far, has always, from day one, with each letter, had a mysterious number associated with the letters. We don't know where the numbers came from. They never change. It's a unique numeric code. The study of that code is called gematria, and it was actually formalized. The laws, 32 laws of gematria, were formed in the 2nd century. They were formalized in the 2nd century. And the only way gematria works is you cannot deviate from these laws. There are specific laws that apply to the numbers. So our ancestors were also talking about life using words and numbers. So they had the letters of the alphabets and this mysterious number. We're using the periodic table. We got a whole bunch of numbers.
Right.
My job was to find out which of those numbers equates to the numbers in the ancient alphabets. And if I could do that, my thinking was it would be possible to look at human DNA, carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and different combinations of that, and substitute the ancient letters for the numbers based upon this correlation. This, in retrospect, it was simple, but not knowing that it took years. It took me 12 years.
And did you break it?
To find what we now know is that the atomic mass of the elements, the numbers of the atomic mass, are the numbers that equate to the mysterious letters in the ancient alphabets. What that means is when you look at human DNA, or the DNA of any life, it is made of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon, and using gematria, the numbers that equate to those become 1, 5, 6, and 3. 3 is with the carbon. And when you then take a table, one of the ancient tables, and you're able to correlate those numbers with the letters, what we find, George, is that the human DNA our genome is built in layers. And at the top layers, it's like every book has an introduction. The introduction in every cell of every form of life, carbon-based DNA, the introduction is the same. And the first translation literally reads, God eternal within the body. God eternal within the body. And God that is depicted in the DNA is actually spelled the way that the name of God was spelled in the ancient text before it was removed 6,800 times. In the Torah, for example, the sacred name of God is believed to be so sacred it cannot be written in its entirety.
Why put it in a code?
You know, this was, so first as a scientist, what I have to say is this. People say, why is the code there? Yeah. And I say, I don't know. All I know is that when I followed the instructions in a 3,000-year-old text and I applied it to the periodic table, this is what we have. Yeah. Next question, is it a coincidence? So
there are no coincidences.
I had a statistician run the numbers for me, and the odds of this happening by chance are 1 to 234,256.
Yeah.
234,256 to 1 are the odd, or 0.00041%.
Right.
Those are the odds that it's just
random.
Just random. Now, those aren't astronomical odds. I thought it might be like 1 to a bajillion, you know. But when you take into account,
they're still high.
Not only is the language there, but when you take into account what the words say, that those words actually have meaning, God eternal within the body.
And they all say that.
The first letter in all human DNA, if you can look at what's called the genetic code, CTAG, every one of those is made up of combinations of carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and they are arranged. I don't want to be really technical when I talk about this, but they're arranged different numbers of carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen atoms. So within each of the DNA bases that make our DNA as it is, there are different combinations of CTAG that break down to different combinations of God eternal within the body. And the God within ourselves, within our DNA, is literally the same spelling of the God that was taken from those texts. Now here's the beauty, I just have to say this. My first fear was I found it in the Hebrew language, and I said, does that mean, could it actually be divisive if it only is found in one language? And when the research went to its fruition, what we found is it is in Hebrew and Aramaic and Sanskrit, 3 of the root languages.
The same thing.
Exactly the same thing. So in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Sanskrit, the code for those letters translates precisely the same in the human DNA. That is, George.
Wow, that is actually deep as fuck. I used to watch a lot of Coast to Coast AM videos and listen to George Norrie when I was going to sleep. Years and years ago now. Like, I've stopped doing it because like I ended up staying up all night listening to what they were talking about and stuff. But yeah, if you liked what you heard in that little segment, the 5-minute segment, maybe go over to Coast AM and try and find out a bit more.
South African celebrities' last words before their death, part 3.
Ouch, I'm here. Help me, please. Help me, bro. Call an ambulance now. Bye, family. It's time to go home now.
South African celebrities' last words.
It honestly blows my mind how nobody is talking about this.
Modeling mommy, hey mommy. Amnesty International got Bangkok to Montauk unlocked. Love my ass and my abs in the video for promiscuous. My style is ridiculous.
A social media influencer is claiming to be a doctor. He's 22 years old and apparently finished matric at 16 after skipping grades 4, 6, and 8. He says that he finished medical school at the age of 21. He also says his name is not listed on the Health Professions Council of South Africa, as he uses different names on social media. Doctors who were at WITS the same time say they don't remember him. He has been featured on radio and TV shows offering all sorts of medical advice, just like he is doing on TikTok, on getting clear skin like him, sorting out STDs. His LinkedIn profile says he is a content creator for Future Life and Nando's, but these companies denied being affiliated with him. A social media
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I personally believe.
What the fuck's she even talking about?
Warning, you may never want to watch porn again. After this video, I am about to expose the truth about porn and the 3 negative side effects that will make you want to quit porn forever. Did you know that watching porn can actually fuck up your memory, and it can cause you to have memory loss, and it'll be easier for you to forget things and memorize things throughout your daily life?
Really, bro?
It messes that part of your brain up of the memory. The second negative side effect that will make you want to quit porn forever is that it lowers your dopamine levels. The dopamine levels that's in your brain is what keeps control of the feelings of pleasure and happiness. And when your dopamine levels are lowered, that means that your body's just gonna constantly keep looking for more gratification, more pleasure. And when those are imbalanced, that's gonna cause depression, and it can even lead to you not enjoying things that you like doing throughout your daily life.
Porn's not even safe.
And you're always going to constantly look for the easy pleasures in life, like
Jesus
porn.
Christ,
you just
man.
can search it up on a free website and go beat your shit and get that instant gratification. Instead of you actually working hard to get a female, or working hard working out, or working hard accomplishing your dreams, you're just looking.
You don't work out. Look at them fucking spaghetti arms. What the fuck are you even talking about?
For that quick gratification, like porn, drugs, whatever. You know what I mean? The third and the worst negative side effect that you can get from watching porn is reduction in gray matter in your brain.
Reduction
and
in
the gray matter
matter
that's in your brain is what keeps control of your behavior and mood. And when that's imbalanced, bro, and I mean, I'm telling you, when that one's imbalanced, that's gonna fuck up your whole life, bro. Because that's the part that controls behavior and mood. And when that's imbalanced, what do you think's gonna happen, bro? I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen. You're gonna become numb to doing the things you love doing throughout your daily life. Like your hobbies, whatever makes you happy. You're not gonna want those little things anymore. Those little things that cause you happiness and peace, you're not gonna want them anymore. All you're gonna want is to watch that porn constantly and get addicted to it. So yeah, reduction in gray matter is what leads to you being numb to doing things and being numb in general, and even eventually leading up to depression. Porn can cause depression. There is a reason why porn is free, bro. Nothing in this life is free, especially if
it's free now, but when I was growing up, porn wasn't actually free, mate. It might be free to you now because you got the internet and you fucking wank off all the time. But when I was a kid, porn was not free.
good for you. If it's free, bro, there has to be a reason why it's free. There's an agenda behind it. Believe me.
It's the internet. Like, fucking music's pretty much free now. Like, you can find any song you want on YouTube. Like, it's the internet. That's what's made it free, you fucking moron.
Me, that's all this world is. There ain't nothing good for you in this life free. Name one time in your life you got something good for free besides gifts. It won't ever happen, bro. Porn was made, bro,
Fuck
so
this
men
dude.
don't.
Now this man's a definition of woke.
We got into the habit of buying junk fast foods that have no actual food in them. We buy gallons of poisonous household cleaners when one degradable soft soap will do. We are poisoning our homes and wasting our hard-earned money for no good reason. Why? They just want you to buy stuff. If you don't want food with chemicals or GMOs in it, then don't buy it.
This is so sad to see Woody Harrelson being this fucking retarded. But he's making some good points.
The minute we start taking responsibility and spending our money wisely, every politician, every corporation, and leader around the world is going to know that we have woken up. The last people I would trust with my health is big pharma and big government, because neither one of those strike me as caring entities. They're all about profit. Exactly. They're all about profit. What does the government actually do to help? When a superpower with all this military might attacks just unprovoked, attacks like you know, Iraq, Afghan, I'm sorry, Korea, no, sorry, Ukraine. Terrible. You lure them in with humor, then you make them think. The biggest drug cartels in the world get together and buy up all the media and all the politicians and force all the people in the world to stay locked in their homes.
He's not wrong.
And people can only come out if they take the cartel's drugs and keep taking them over and over. I threw the script away. I mean, who is going to believe that crazy?
Right, let's watch one more video and then I'm going to call it a night because it's like 12:30 and I want to fucking just chill out now. So, yeah.
So the N-word started off as a term for African kings? Be fucking for real. You're telling me you've never heard the word negus before? The Ethiopian word for ruler? Never, bro. Tell me more. Well, there's a few theories about this, but the main one is that those who captured African slaves were familiar with the people's rich history, and so used the powerful phrase to mock and demean them whilst they built their land. Yeah, humans can be cruel. So you're telling me this whole time we've actually been reclaiming a powerful word that was manipulated to strip us from our dignity and power? I mean, we couldn't reclaim it if it was something that wasn't originally created by us, right?
Oh, God.
I still can't believe they did that to us, though. No, not us. Our ancestors. But our ancestors is us, no? My bad. Did you suffer the horrors of the slave trade? Well, know, but the trauma still lives on in my DNA, right? Thought Jay Kaizen would have taught you that.
Fucking hell.
True. But Jay Kaizen also taught me that our DNA expresses certain genes depending on our beliefs and actions. So while it's important to acknowledge the harm done, don't fall into the illusion of identifying with ancestral suffering, because all it leads to is us as a people creating the same traumatic reality over and over again.
Right, I can't be fucked to listen to this, you know what I mean? It's just bullshit. Anyway, guys, I've been Little Hooligan. You've been a bunch of wankers, and I'll catch you in the next video.